My name is Sylvia Arthur. I'm the founder of the Library of Africa and the African Diaspora, or LOATAD as we call it for short, here in Accra, Ghana. So this residency is to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the African Union and to celebrate Pan-African unity. And what better place to host such a residency and to invite writers from across the continent to be than in the Library of Africa and the African Diaspora. It's in the name, but also being in Accra, Ghana, the home of Pan-Africanism, I think is very important as well in terms of inspiration for the writers and what it says about who we are and where we are today. And in terms of the economy of Africa, I think literature in particular, but the arts more generally, play a crucial role in developing the economy. Not only does it provide jobs for people, but it also creates a narrative about the continent and who we are, and it inspires others to live up to our ideals.
My name is TJ Benson. I am a writer from Nigeria. I'm a writer visual artist. And my practice centers the body in the context of memory, the unconscious self, and African spiritualities. My vision for Africa as a writer is an Africa that has freedom of movement across the continent, because storytellers of old were able to go from nation to nation, from place to place. That was how they were able to collect stories. They are able to, bring us stories back of, the foreign lands or brothers and sisters who look like them, speaking a different tongue.
As an African woman, I have a son who's 8, and I often think about, what his future is going to be like. And I actually feel that it's important that, for people like me, to actually also lend our voices, because Africa is ours, it's our birthright. And we also need to be involved in shaping the policies and the future for them, because they are the children of tomorrow. They will inherit this continent, and so I also wanted to lend a voice, and the only way I could do that is through writing.
At some point in that video, maybe, I don't know. We have 10 minutes, but it was really good.
I think for me, honestly, the emphasis is in the hour and the interconnectedness. Because I feel like there are many different ways to be African, and for me, for the longest time, I didn't feel like I was allowed to claim Africanness, especially being from Egypt and looking the way that I look. But then I started thinking about it, and living abroad as well, and being kind of adopted into Black diaspora communities was really empowering for me in a way that it made me realize that there are lots of ways to be African, and that is extremely important and valid, and that even in Egypt we have Black Egyptians, but they're told to prioritize being Egyptian rather than being Black or in touch with their Africanness. And so I feel like it's very important for us to emphasize that African looks a lot of different ways, but we are still very connected, and we need to be in conversation with each other around these issues.
It sounds like TJ is trying to tell us something, not the story. Like you have a message that you want to... Okay, so the project I'm working on during this residency is a futuristic fiction piece where I portray Africa as a global superpower. I have imagined a future version of Africa where all 55 countries have had a sort of union, and we now speak with the same voice. In the story, I also depict Africa as a country, a very big country / continent like Australia. And we have one central government. We also have one president, and she's a woman. And we also speak a common language, which is Swahili. I decided on Swahili because personally I think it's one of the most beautiful languages we have here in Africa.
Our African future is first, where we know and understand each other's cultures, where we appreciate them, where these cultures are mediums of unity and not division, the way religion and so on can be, where we know our histories, because and about each other. We need bodies of work within the continent, bodies of work about our culture, who have our leaders been? Yeah, what are our folklores? These kind of things, so that people have reference points and so that they have got Lord stars within their souls. Because somebody who is culturally confident can walk anywhere on earth, anywhere on this planet. They can stride the globe with their interior intact.
In the words of the Kenyan writer Ngugi wa Thiong'o, a writer has no choice. Whether or not he is aware of it, his work reflects the intense economic, political, cultural, and ideological struggles in a society.